product. The next 4 chapters will be devoted to a discussion of the 4 classical components of marketing: product/service, price, place, promotion. Let's start with the product. Products and customers are intertwined, and there is no business that has no products or customers. The only reason for a customer to have a relationship with our business is to get our product or service. It's as simple as that. However, very seldom is our product so unique that customers have no alternatives. Usually, there are competing products and services already on the market. Depending on the industry, the number of competing products could be in the hundreds. Think restaurants in your town, or the number of soft drinks or wine brands. Why would a customer buy from you and not from your competitors? How do customers make purchasing decisions? What is influencing them? How often do they buy certain products, and how much are they willing to spend? Who do we compete with? When you develop a product or service, you need answers to these questions and many more. Here are some frameworks you can use to get the necessary answers. Ansoff Matrix. Igor Ansoff proposed a framework to deal with a typical problem. Should we develop a completely new product for a completely new market, or a better mousetrap, existing product for existing market? Like any self-respecting business consultant, Mr. Ansoff proposed a 2-dimensional matrix, presented here. Market penetration strategy. The idea here is to increase sales, profits, and market share with an existing product in the existing market. An example would be to sell more iPhones in the United States. Apple may increase or decrease price, sign up new dealers, or offer better customer service. This is usually the least risky choice, but the limit is the size of the market. Market development strategy. Now, Apple, having sold many iPhones in the US, is expanding into Asia. The same product is being rolled out to new markets. The risk is higher as there may already be a viable alternative from local manufacturers such as Samsung in Korea. Product development strategy. Having sold iPhones worldwide, Apple introduces an iPad. Leveraging the network of dealers and manufacturing capabilities, the risk is managed by offering a complementary product from a known brand. Diversification strategy. A company offers a new product in a new market. Let's say, Apple wants to introduce a self-driving electric car. The risk would be considerable, as the product would be new to Apple and new to the market, and the market for self-driving cars is not even defined yet. Each option entails a different level of risk. Since marketing is a game of trade-offs, the higher the risk, the higher return. Which is the best course of action? SWOT analysis. Such questions can be answered by analyzing the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. SWOT analysis is probably the single best tool to do marketing planning. The first step in deciding what products to develop is frequently a foregone conclusion. In the case of a startup, it's an idea of a founder based on experience, gut feelings, intuition, and general knowledge. Few startups think in terms of the Ansoff matrix. In larger corporations, these decisions are quite opportunistic and made infrequently at the highest level of management. The Ansoff matrix is a good framework to help us understand the big picture, yet it's not very actionable on a daily basis. Not so SWOT. Any major product decision should involve an examination of these factors as they touch on all the actionable information needed to assess risk. Strengths and weaknesses are related to the internal characteristics of a business. They involve self-assessment in several categories. Do we have the talent and experienced people? Do we have the equipment, patents, know-how? Do we have funds, grants, capital, or income? It's unlikely that a company will succeed with a rookie team, on a shoestring, with no unique products. Opportunities and threats are related to external factors such as existing markets, geopolitics, the economy, demographics, legislation, and culture. These are the things that businesses have very little control over. To assess opportunities and threats, a lot of research may need to be performed. Competitive analysis. Who, where, and for how much do similar products sell? What is the total size of the market? What limits are imposed by what regulations? This is especially true in manufacturing and healthcare. What market segments are the largest, smallest, most or least appealing? The right segmentation may make a very big difference. For example, selling ready-to-cook meals to busy soccer moms. What is culturally acceptable in a given market? For example, in India, the color white is associated with mourning, not wedding celebrations. To find the answers to opportunities and threats, we need to have a good understanding of consumer behavior. This is a very tricky proposition, because buyers frequently may not even know why they bought something. Or if they did know, they may not share it in a market survey. Thus, the real motives behind buying decisions are very hard to quantify and predict, especially in the multi-touchpoint customer journey where the whole family may be involved over days or weeks deciding what entertainment system to buy. Consumer behavior describes how consumers make purchase decisions. The better your understanding of the process is with respect to your product or service, the better your chances are for marketing success. A typical consumer decision-making process is made up of 5 steps. 1. Need recognition. 2. Information search. 3. Evaluation of alternatives. 4. Purchase. 5. Post-purchase. Please note that this is just a model. Not all purchasing decisions follow these steps, and not always in the same sequence. For example, impulse purchase of inexpensive candy at the checkout counter may have nothing to do with need, information search, or evaluation of alternatives. Usually, the higher the price or value of an item, the more likely the phases above are relevant. Think about how much energy and emotion are involved in the purchase of a new house or a new car. Now let's study each of the 5 steps. And while we do that, it's important to understand how an appreciation for each step can assist a marketer in creating a more effective strategy. Need recognition. A need is a gap between a desire and the actual state. A young couple lives in a rental apartment and just learned that a baby is on the way. The thought of getting their own house is an obvious one. Information search. A couple will do a lot of searches, most likely on Zillow, or a similar website to look at what is out there, and at what prices. Evaluation of alternatives. Once several potential houses are found, the couple will compare them based on age, price, size, type of backyard, and others. This is not an easy process, as it involves a lot of emotion and is hard to compare features and trade-offs. For example, a nice kitchen, but it's on a busy street and has a small backyard. Some couples may use scoring worksheets, but most will make decisions subconsciously based on their experiences, values, and expectations. For some, a detached garage will not be acceptable, while for some it may be a requirement. Purchase. Is the customer going to back out if the act of purchasing is too hard or takes too long? Most likely. In the case of a home purchase, if the real estate closing drags out for legal reasons but buyers need to move within the next 4 weeks due to job requirements, the sale may fall through. In buying online, buyers will abandon the checkout cart if the website is too slow or the interface is too confusing. Post-purchase behavior. The higher the price, the most likely a customer will experience buyer's remorse. A marketer's role is to manage it and prevent it from happening. In the worst-case scenario, the buyer may back out. In a milder version, the buyer may never purchase anything else from us in the future. From a marketing perspective, there is another important question: what are the factors influencing purchasing decisions other than price? Cultural factors. Culture is a set of values that translate into beliefs. It's unlikely that a marketer can change the prevalent values. For example, we would have a hard time selling a car to an Amish family. The United States is a country of many demographics, incomes, values, geographies, and ethnic backgrounds. Marketers have a unique opportunity to tailor their products to these segments. For example, Petco sells pet supplies to suburban families who are much more likely to have multiple dogs when compared with apartment-dwelling singles living downtown. Reference groups are groups a person would like to identify with. It's unlikely to find a biker wearing a suit and a tie, or a top executive with a ponytail, beer belly, and black leather pants. Opinion leaders, or celebrities, are a very important part of the marketing mix. Think about the very highly paid endorsement contracts for top athletes to promote a brand. Everyone wants to be like Mike. And pay over $100 for a pair of Air Jordans that cost less than $15 to make. Individual factors. In my experience with marketing, 3 interrelated individual factors have the most influence on buying decisions: age, education, and income level. Usually, incomes increase with age and education. Psychological factors. Maslow's hierarchy of needs claims that consumer motives follow a hierarchical structure. At the very foundation are basic needs. At this stage, humans are primarily concerned with somatic needs like hunger and thirst. Once their basic needs are met, they want security and protection. Next is the need to belong and to be loved. This is followed by the need for self-esteem and self-actualization. People at this stage are most interested in self-expression and self-fulfillment. The basic idea behind Maslow's hierarchy is that lower-level needs come first. A poor, hungry person is unlikely to shop for healthful organic food. Summary. Product design is the single most important decision a marketer can make. The right choice does not guarantee success, but the wrong one assures marketing failure. It's not an easy task because it has to be accomplished in the context of many unknowns and risks, such as the limits of our own capabilities, the strength of the competition, and unpredictable consumer behavior.